a secret game that I like to play. It's a very nice game. Oh, it's a lovely game. It's a game of fun and a game of adventure. A game of rats and lice and the Black Death. A game of speared eyeballs and dripping guts and the smell of rotting gardenias. Which of you five would like to play my little game?
Harlan Ellison was born an angry old man in 1934, in Cleveland. So that should tell you something. An angry, outspoken, combative...
The Disney organization can have the Earth. They can own it. They can pave it over and put up all the small worlds they want. Although, if you ask me, just that theme from It's a Small World is enough to make you want to take out an Uzi and shoot them all dead. But they can have all the money in the world. All I ask is that from time to time, they acknowledge that the people who wrote the things are the people who wrote the things, not Disney. I'm a crank. What do you want from me?
I'm sure he had some negative qualities too. Although reading what he's written, all of the extremes of it, all the absolutely fucked up and horrible things that happened to his characters, I'd like to mention that one of the lighter stories I've read was called Neon and involved a man who's talked into making sweet electric love to a sign. But that's not the one that got a video game adaptation. No, his most famous story, and probably the darkest speculative fiction story ever written, was 1967's I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream. Fueled by the climate of Cold War paranoia and a disgust at the kind of horrors the human race would visit upon itself, Ellison wrote a story in fucking 1967 about an artificial intelligence built to maintain a constantly evolving Cold War. It became sentient, took over, killed all but 5 people, and then kept those 5 people to torture them for eternity. The story itself takes place 109 years into this endless torture. So you're all like, how could you possibly turn this into a video game? It was the 90s. Anything could be a video game. Pepsi Man was a video game. It was 1995, so point-and-click adventures were still a viable genre. Not that this sold well. Ellison was doing press for the game, talking about how he wanted to make a game that no one would actually win. If you thought Douglas Adams wanted to fuck with the player, Harlan Ellison wanted to do that and also devastate them emotionally. This is not just a story about people being subjected to inhuman tortures. It's a story about what those inhuman tortures do to those people and how, to give a tame example, everyone got used to the character Ellen uncontrollably sobbing after the first 30 or so years of unending torture. So some of this video is going to be entirely devoid of jokes because I can't really think of a good joke to make when it comes to, you'll see. Ellison not only wrote a massive script treatment for this game, he also voices Am, managing to sound the most unhinged I've ever heard him. This is a man who reportedly sent a dead gopher to a publisher over a contract dispute.
You send me the goddamn DVD now, or I'm gonna come down to your house and I'm gonna burn it to the ground. How about that?
The game itself was re-released by Night Dive, but it's not a Kex port. It runs on Scum VM like a lot of point-and-clicks from the era. I guarantee this is the scummiest you'll ever feel playing a game. Telltale thinks deciding which NPC will die is a tough choice. How about asking to eat a woman intended to be a sacrifice? I'm getting ahead of myself again.
For 109 years, I've kept you alive and tortured you. And for 109 years, each of you has wondered, why? Why me? Why me?
This is the biggest thing that's been expanded from the story. It was never revealed why Am chose these 5 random people to torture, mutate, and generally make miserable. You've got Benny here all the way on the left, who's been transformed into an ape-like monstrosity while being constantly poked with metal spikes. Gorrister, who's constantly being electrocuted. Nimdok, who is fittingly inside of an oven. Weird name, right? The story explains that it was forced onto him because Am amused itself with strange sounds. Then we've got Ted, the point-of-view character in the original story, being constantly shot with lasers, and then Ellen trapped in a yellow box with a sliding door, and while that sounds less awful, it isn't. Oh God! It isn't. Each character has a section to play through, which simplifies the adventure game elements just a bit. You won't be picking up an odd early game item that you have to combine with an odd late game item to solve a puzzle. You know, bullshit here, I'm looking at you, Monkey Island 2. So I start off with Gorrister.
Gorrister!
I picked Gorrister first because I think his section is the best example of how this game works. Am is offering him a gift of being able to kill himself. Am is lying, because Am is horrifically fucking evil in ways that we have not yet begun to explore. I don't know what you're thinking, this is a fun show where we talk about video games.
What hellhole did that godless machine put me in this time?
It's actually a pretty impressive airship, a little worse for wear, a few areas need some cleaning up from the murder, but otherwise...
Someone must have slipped this under the door. It says, I'm a friend. Trust is essential. Never do what Am expects and always expect more than what seems possible.
Someone or something or a pair of somethings are looking to help you, after not doing so for over a century. In true adventure game fashion, I click on everything, including the mirror.
This hole in my chest aches like a son of a bitch.
Yeah? Oh, no, his heart's gone. It's stuck to the mast of the airship. We'll grab it in a bit. I go about exploring the airship, finding mostly empty rooms, and then I get to the engine room.
It smells like piss, rotting meat.
There's a key over there on the other side of the room next to a bunch of animals in cages.
Wait, here's a sign. To remove key, push lever.
Okay, I mean, I'm sure I'll need a key, right?
My God, I'm killing those poor creatures in the cages. I've got the key, but the blood of these poor creatures is on my hands.
Are they real? Is anything real? 15 minutes into this game and I'm already torturing small animals. I got the knife in the kitchen and used it to stab some rats and grab a piece of bread to eat so that Gorrister will stop bitching about being hungry, which he will. They're all hungry.
My stomach's growling.
But after that...
I'm no longer hungry, but I still feel empty.
God, this is grim. I'm just gonna give us a break. Look at all the fun stuff happening here in the dungeon. Like, this is terrible, obviously, but at least I'm not getting tortured. The administration seems to have something bigger to worry about. I figure out that the knife is very important as a tool. See, you gotta slice the airbags of the ship and turn off the engine in order to safely dock at a bar.
Some roadside honky-tonk with my name on it.
Yeah, let's hang out, have a couple drinks, put on some music.
He took my baby away, then just about killed her, that stupid truck driver! He took my baby away!
That shrill voice can only belong to that bitch Edna, my mother-in-law. She's always blamed me for Glynis being put into an insane asylum. Why not? It was my fault, wasn't it?
Probably? I'm not sure, we haven't really delved into these characters this deeply before.
You don't ever take me dancing.
That's what Glynis said the night we fought. Oh God, why'd I have to hit her? I'd rather kill myself than hurt my poor Glynis.
Okay, but you didn't.
You're a worthless excuse for a man. Mama was right. You're not good enough for me.
From the evidence presented so far, I have to agree. Okay, grab a bottle of whiskey. I think we'll need it. Not just because of how fucked up this is, but because it's an item I can pick up in an adventure game. I continue to go around using or collecting anything I can.
Much better.
Your father-in-law Harry's sitting at the bar now, but he won't say anything useful unless you get him nice and drunk. So, Pops.
Harry, how did you get here?
The Zeppelin, Gorrister. We came on the Zeppelin.
What happened in the dining room?
I shouldn't have let her force me into it. I'm not a murderer.
Who did you kill?
Didn't look at the wreckage in the dining room too closely, did you?
I looked close, I did. I mean, there was an empty bottle of poison in the kitchen, though I'm not sure that's related. So you need to find the magnifying glass at the bottom of the urinal in the bathroom, which only appears after either talking to Harry or talking to the jackal out back. He's very well spoken for a canine.
Well, Gorrister, you've seen better days. So has the big machine, for that matter.
What are you?
I'm man's best friend. One of them, at least.
No. What are you, really?
Let me answer with a riddle. Today I saw a Chinaman. Now what do you suppose that
Oh, fuck, I
means?
think he's one of the other defense systems that was built and then taken over by Am. I hope.
Also, dude, Chinaman is not the preferred nomenclature.
I didn't know she was a prejudiced pup when I picked her from the litter.
You're Am, playing with my mind again.
No, but I do have an in with the big machine. He and I are like brothers.
Yeah, I was right. Maybe. Thing is, the jackal is helpful. Kind of. He wants to eat your heart.
I have a craving. A craving for something scrumptious. A human heart, perhaps. Yours.
Well, that's a problem because...
I know where my heart is, but I can't get to it.
Don't tell me you've come to the end of your rope so soon, Gorrister.
Yeah, that's a hint, but you don't have rope. You do have 2 dirty sheets you can tie together. As I do, I check every interactive thing in the scene, prompting the jackal to say,
There aren't any bodies buried there, Gorrister. Not yet, anyway.
which is another hint. So I walk to the back door.
You've borne me to the edge of my fragile patience, Gorrister. Back to the fire with you until you fathom my intrigues.
This game is full of unintentional game overs, where Am will send you right back to the character select until you do it right, causing me to start stocking up on save games like a growing library of failure. I didn't think at first of tying the sheets together, and then the game has to be very particular about how you progress. Like you use the rope to go and grab your heart, but you have to use the knife to cut the rope because then the knot is too tight to untie. And you need that rope again, but when you try to use it, the game tells you that you can't. I'm not going to just go feed my heart to a jackal. That seems... I don't know what would be considered weird in the context of what's happening, but that seems weird. So I go looking around more, using everything.
I've washed my hands of the past.
No, God, don't smile. Why are you... Okay, this takes some explaining. See, the game has a morality system, and you can make your character feel better by not being a terrible person. Or in this case, by washing the blood from your hands. That wasn't just metaphorical. This is related to the animals you tortured earlier. You have to finish each of these characters' scenarios with them happy and smiling, or else you'll never see the true ending of this game. So the piss-stained magnifying glass comes in handy when you want to do some detective work.
Here's some hair that was pulled out during the fight. It's the same color as mine. And here's some that matches Harry's.
That warrants further investigation. I mean, it's not like he killed you.
I'm sorry, Gorrister. Edna poisoned the punch, and after you drank it, I wrestled you to the ground. When the poison took effect, I cut you open.
Why did you kill me?
It's too complicated for me to explain. You'll have to ask Edna.
Oh, great. Is she hanging around here, too? Harry tells me to go deal with the jackal, who you have to give your heart to. Okay, fine. Not like I'm using it.
You want to get across the mountains? Go to the restroom and flush 3 times.
What? That's not even a riddle. That's just nonsense.
That's Edna, my mother-in-law. No, this is too good to be true.
Yeah, but also your wife.
Glynis, what has Am done to you, honey?
And also...
Beef.
It's what's for dinner.
Grade A quality, too. It looks like I can't escape you, Edna. Even in the belly of Am.
Why would you want to escape from me, Gorrister? We're family, after all.
You did kill him.
Glynis was so lonely with you always being out on the road. I know you were doing the best you could.
Oh, bullshit.
Why should I trust my own murderer?
Alliances change, Gorrister. Something's gone wrong. Am's 2 Conrads don't listen to me anymore. I need you. And you need me. It's that simple.
Oh, fine. I'll take you off the...
You truck-driving son of a bitch!
Oh, no, we're not smiling anymore.
I don't know what's come over me, Gorrister. Can you ever forgive me?
She says, while continuing to try and choke him.
I've been hanging here for so long, I'm not thinking straight.
Yeah, well, I've been in a cage getting shocked for 109 years. How the fuck do you think I feel? Bad.
A sip of that milk will clear my head.
The milk is some kind of restorative liquid that helped Gorrister feel better earlier, so...
Gorrister, you idiot! That fluid is what has kept us alive for all these 109 years.
I give it to her, and then she disappears off into the cockpit, but oh no, reload your saves now, because this is the wrong way to do this. Reload them, kids, do it now, don't spend another half hour fucking around like I did. No, go grab that rope and then make another save. Because Edna's not going to help you willingly get out of here. That's not going to happen. She murdered you already, remember? Because now that you have the rope, you have the option to tie Edna up. She drops a key to the airship's cockpit that you haven't been able to access yet. There you can read Edna's log and find out that she was the one who drove Glynis crazy.
Glynis, all these years and I thought I was the one who was responsible for your suffering. Let me help you now.
You take her out of the freezer and put her dead body in your inventory for later. Don't leave yet, because if you use the magnifying glass to inspect the beef, you can find the organs inside of it and pull out a heart. The jackal, who is clearly also evil, but maybe not as evil as Am, wants Glynis's heart in exchange for yours, which is a no-no and is not going to win you this game. The jackal can't tell the difference between a cow heart and a human heart, so you can keep both Glynis's heart and yours.
Beef. It's what's for dinner.
There's a shovel in here. Why didn't I see that before?
Because you weren't ready to call a spade yet, Gorrister.
Shut the fuck up. It's adventure game bullshit where it didn't appear until after I'd already searched. So I grabbed the No!
You're made of sterner stuff than I calculated, Gorrister.
Now, the Jackal, despite what he's telling me now, told me to bury a body here. I only have one corpse at the moment, so I lay Glynis to rest, hook Edna up to the engine, and fly the airship towards the mountains, and then go hang out on the edge here. The Jackal's here to say goodbye. That's sweet.
Do it, Gorrister. Blow the place apart. You may never have a chance to do it again.
Blow it apart with what? Fucking milk? No, I missed something. And luckily, it's still on the airship. See, this one nasty cockroach-infested bed has a pillow. And there's a flare gun under it, which, could I have found that at the beginning? Could I have lit Edna up earlier? Who knows? But that gas station... Washing my hands of the past with fire.
You're made of sterner stuff than I calculated, Gorrister.
Still getting tortured in an electric cage.
Ellen!
Ah!
Think about the yellow box, Ellen. Remember the pain?
If you're still not convinced that Am is an especially horrible villain, wait until this chapter is over with, because, man, and it's still tamer than the short story.
Let's suppose that my original components, they're hidden somewhere here in the center of the Earth. The infant computers that were the 3 lobes of that first Gestalt mind. And further, let's suppose that if you find them, you might be able to destroy them.
Yeah, fuck you. Sign me up.
Mother ugly machine. Mission worth undertaking. So it brings me here, junkyard, electronic pyramid nowhere, and yellow.
Now, I don't particularly like Ellen's voice acting. Something about the delivery and the mixing bothers me. Like it's a little loud. Or really, I'm using any excuse to emotionally distance myself from this story. Inside this tech pyramid, or rather like a junkyard for dead tech.
Crushed electronic components. This is one big, ugly monument to the inevitable for machinery.
Believe it or not, that line is a hint, and really important. Looking around the pyramid, you have to cycle the monitor feeds, crossing some wires because Ellen is a gifted engineer. She just has a problem going places that are yellow. The color itself paralyzes her. Each monitor shows different parts of the campaign. The one here shows that there's a secret passage you can follow into a burial chamber. You meet Anubis, guardian of the dead, who fills a similar role to the Jackal in the last section. He's helpful, more or less, and gives hints as to what you're supposed to be doing. He says he can't give you a code that'll open a sarcophagus because he doesn't serve you.
I serve only the master.
You'll never get laid with that line of stuff, Anubis. Take care of your own boring self. Bye now.
While this section isn't as hard to figure out as Gorrister's, you still have to follow certain hints, and there are objects that won't be of any use until you pick up other things, like these computers.
I used to be so proud of graduating cum laude with degrees in both engineering and computer science.
Invalid password. Access denied.
Yeah, you don't have the password yet. You know it, but it's, you have to pick up a piece of yellow cloth and use it as a blindfold, but she won't pick it up at first, not until she decides...
I've got to face the yellow.
This lets you grab a gem from a yellow statue that'll activate one of the computers that needs a ROM chip, which you can use tongs to remove from Anubis. But first you have to walk by a yellow sphinx to grab a holy grail, yeah, that one, so you can put water into it, pour that into Anubis, take his ROM chip, and stick it into the next computer in line. That ROM chip can be reprogrammed at the computer station so that you can designate a new master for Anubis, namely you. Except look at the choices. I pick humanity, because that includes me, so that'll work. And not, I'll designate you a new master sucker me, because this game doesn't reward you for fun cathartic lines.
Okay, so what's the access code?
The access code is 666.
It figures. So, can you help me with anything?
You cannot escape your fears. You can only confront them.
Yeah, well, we've been through several yellow rooms now without having a panic attack, so that should be fine, right? So you go into the sarcophagus. Ellen's doing great, right? She's even kind of smiling now after solving some puzzles and getting back to doing something other than being tortured. You start using the elevator controls, but each floor just gives you more backstory on the character.
You were born in Trenton, New Jersey. You were a cesarean. Your mother died on the operating table. You went to live with your grandparents.
Now, this isn't standard horror, not the kind I've seen in a game before.
You graduated a year early from high school. You were the salutatorian of your class. 10 different colleges offered you scholarships. Nothing but high hopes for you.
That sounds great. Until the last line.
You graduated college cum laude. You were the only woman in your class never to have used dope. You were a 3.8 grade student. More high hopes.
Yeah, and I'm terrified to keep pressing these buttons. Gorrister's story was all kinds of fucked up from the get-go, but this one?
You won your master's. Combined degree in computer science and engineering. You had a greater facility with algorithms than with social grace. You have had sex only twice in your life.
Okay, but the last line doesn't really seem relevant.
You married Eddie. He wasn't as smart as you, not as quick as you, not as hopeful of doing great things as you, but he was nuts about you, and he treated you like fine wine.
Well, that doesn't sound bad.
The miscarriage. Breech birth. The child never had a chance. You went into a dark retreat and sat in the empty rooms waiting for you don't know what.
There are 3 more entries, and I do not want to hear them.
Eddie leaves. He tried, he really tried, but you wouldn't come out of it.
They just keep getting worse, and I felt nothing other than deep dread in my stomach, in my bones, pressing the last one.
You left your office after working late at the Ingside corporate headquarters building. The elevator stopped at the 7th floor for a maintenance man. To your horror, he inserted his key into the control panel and locked the elevator.
I'd really like to get off this ride now.
I'm back, Ellen.
Oh, sweet Jesus! It's him!
Okay, let's, talk about how fucking horrifying this all is. I'd rather not. I debated skipping this section entirely. But it's here, and for what it's worth, I don't think the game or the writing at any point cheapen it or portray it as anything other than the worst moment of this woman's life that haunts her forever. The entire thing made my skin crawl. And oh god, that box she's in is a fucking yellow elevator. Jesus!
Poor Ellen. Too proud of your accomplishments to admit you could be so overpowered by a slime ball like me. You couldn't even bring yourself to testify at my trial with the 20 other women.
Okay, no, that is enough out of you.
Don't count on it, you mother.
I can't even laugh at the 90s adventure game absurdity of slapping him with the Holy Grail to defeat him. The year of that horrible event is the password to the 3rd computer. Inquire about the principle of entropy.
The principle of entropy holds that all electronic systems must eventually decline into inert junk.
That's pretty important to this whole thing, like I said before. You have to assemble a device that translates binary into human speech. Of course, when you finish this, you're sealed up in the pyramid with no escape, besides going into the sarcophagus again.
Enough of this turgid passion play. There's no more to accomplish here. Apparently, you've managed to access some small aspect of my system that I was unaware of. I'm gonna have to think on this. I'll have to...
Okay, can we go back to something less horrifying? Like anything?
Benny!
No! Stop fucking doing that!
I've changed your handsome, strong, masculine good looks into the hideous, warped countenance of an ape thing. Haven't I, Benny? Do you know why? Can you guess, Benny?
Benny used to be a commanding officer in the army, but he,
My tour of duty was almost over. But because I knew your secret, you held my head under the paddy water until I drowned.
He may have done things like this more than once, at least 3 times.
Benny, you know you've always been my favorite torture tool. Yes. Well, I'm giving you now a chance to stoop to new lows, to give in to your bestial desires.
Now, Benny, who probably got fucked up the worst in the story, as Am turned him into a weird ape-like creature with a giant penis and melted his eyes at one point. Yeah, the story is way more fucked up and is only 14 pages.
This cavern isn't like any of the others Am has sent me to. It's full of life, not death.
So he walks down the stairs.
Am, you son of a bitch! You've cleared my mind but crippled my legs. I can barely walk.
You can't walk very well, climb stairs, or speak. Benny's section is probably the simplest in terms of mostly understandable adventure game logic. Although when you're in doubt, talk to someone, like in the other sections.
Wita fuma piba.
I can't understand his language, but he seems to be welcoming me to the village.
Okay, maybe not for this one. There's a small, dwindling tribe of people who seem to need to sacrifice one of their own to Am every day, through a random lottery. So when I say understandable adventure game logic, know that it's also the single darkest version of that. Benny is, like everyone else, very hungry. There's unlimited fruit you can pick up, but he can't chew it.
Hurts! Hurts! Hurts!
You can talk to a starving child because he's interfaced himself with the computer systems.
Oh, thank you for food.
I tried eating the fruit. It only made me sick.
You bleed when you eat. When I was young and not so different, my mother chewed it for me first and then fed me.
Is that... Oh, yeah, we're doing that.
Amazing. This woman digested the food and then regurgitated it back to me, like a bird feeding its young.
Yeah, thanks, David Attenborough, but I just watched that lady vomit into your mouth.
It's what's for dinner!
Made Benny happy, though. In terms of the moral choices you have to make in this one, they're pretty obvious. See, this whole sacrifice thing happens nearly every day because Am, as we've established, sucks. So much so that when you go to sleep and wake up again, the boy's mother is gone. Nothing good has happened in this game, so let's go to the sacrificial altar.
Who?
Dada cho shama am.
Looks like some kind of lottery. That's the mutant child's mother. It looks like she's been chosen to be sacrificed.
I am the great and powerful. You didn't bring me Toto, but I accept the chosen one. You shall not feel my wrath today.
Wasn't expecting the Wizard of Oz shout-out from him, but maybe that's just old Harlan riffing.
There's burnt plastic and twisted metal where bits and pieces of the woman should be.
Yeah, I was gonna... What? Of course, if you want to fail this section instantly, you can ask to eat the mother.
This is Am, the great and powerful. Yeah. The woman's death means nothing to me. I will take the newcomer instead. Benny, a heartless animal to the last.
This section is very clear about what it wants from you. Benny visits the graves of soldiers he either directly or indirectly killed.
You left me for dead in the field. The bullet in my brain came from your gun.
What can I do to prove that I am a different man?
Give us proof of your newfound empathy.
Okay, I can do that. Let's sabotage the sacrifice lottery by stealing the bag.
I have the lottery bag. No more villagers will be sacrificed.
You prove that you're capable of caring for others, and that's worth something.
Place the lottery bag into the earth. We will guard it.
We forgive you for what you've done to us, but we can't speak for your most tragic victim.
Oh God, I did something worse?
Brickman's grave is under those vines.
Hello, Commander. I'm not exactly happy to see you again. I last saw your face just before I got it right between the eyes.
Yeah, but his face has changed a bit since then, right? Am still wants a sacrifice tomorrow, and we need to protect that boy. Telling him to hide doesn't work because he wants a friend, so we assemble a doll from some junk lying around. You know, a bit of wood, some wire, piece of his dead mother. No, that's cool. He's hidden now. He's safe. Oh, no, he's not. You take the boy's place on the altar, and Am is not happy about it.
Benny. No. I send you out among the prey, and instead of indulging your hunger to keep me amused, you show them compassion.
Did that make you feel good? Was it a nice respite from the even darker, more horrible shit happening in these chapters? Well, that's good, because now...
Nimdok! How are things in the pastry core, Nimdok? Tell me again how you saw the smoke from the furnaces, and you thought they might be roasting chickens. Or don't you want to talk about all that? About your pal, the good Dr. Mengele?
Did you think I was fucking kidding about how dark this game gets?
Nimdok, you are kindred spirit to me. Even if you don't realize it fully yet, you must sense it there in your blood and fiber. I've constructed an adventure of sorts to revive your failing memory. I want you to find the lost tribe of humanity and continue your eminent scientific research.
Nimdok was, as far as I remember, from reading the story again maybe 3 hours before writing these words, not a Nazi doctor. So they're really trying to flesh out the story's characters. In the worst ways. Nimdok doesn't remember what's happening, so listening to this doddering old man Mr. Magoo his way around a concentration camp sets a certain tone. It's more dread because you know what's going on, but this game's gonna make you uncover it like you're Tex fucking Murphy.
Why are you imprisoned here? You have the features of a man of intellect.
Would your eyeball is skull-shaped to know that, you fucking Nazi?
Is this an official interrogation, Nimdok? Or are you mocking me?
Do you know of the lost tribe? I must find it.
Haven't you taken enough subjects for your experiments, Doctor? Or are there more mass graves to fill?
Alright, I'm really not liking this. Let's get out of here.
I cannot let you pass, Doctor. You're due in surgery. Dr. Mengele's orders.
Oh, good, some surgery with Dr. Mengele. Maybe I can take tea with Goebbels or meth with Hitler.
Finally, Doctor. Everyone's waiting on your expertise.
Oh, God.
Today's procedure requires the removal of the lower section of the subject's spinal cord. You and Dr. Mengele will process the spinal fluid from this and the other adolescent subjects. The fluid will then be used to formulate the serum.
Oh! What, are we trying to power a new graphics card? We're just maiming children, aren't we? I'm gonna do what I usually do when a game presents me with Nazi shit.
Dr. Nimdok has gone berserk!
Mein Leben!
I must leave before the guards apprehend me.
Right, grab the ether, then...
Dr. Nimdok, you have betrayed the regime's trust in your abilities. You ought to die in the manner of all of the regime's enemies.
Well, they used a lot of methods, so... Oh... You have to go to the recovery room instead, you know, and we do the adventure game thing where we pick up items.
There is an inscription on the watch, but it is written in Latin.
Oh, okay, I should find someone who speaks Latin.
These pliers must be used for extracting gold fillings and teeth from the corpses.
Okay, I want to go back to giving gas station key rasps to a Bigfoot with itchy feet. I give the pliers to the prisoners so they can maybe escape. I have to give ether to one of them first or else it'll be too painful.
Listen, I heard this in the hospital when the doctor thought I was sleeping. Waken the sleeper, utter the truth, and kiss him.
This is surprisingly important later. Sorry, we've been away from the horror for too long. Let's dive back in. So I have to give this patient some ether to dull the pain while I separate his optic nerve and then take his eyes. Ew. Even for me, just ew.
The things I see now.
Oh, God.
A trinity of 3 beasts. One like us, one from the east, one from the steppes. They speak in numbers. A lost tribe of our brothers sleeping on the moon. They sleep in darkness, unseen by the beasts.
These eyes seem perfectly preserved, almost alive.
Oh! Alright, this is coming out bile now. After this, the prisoners escape and then take over the compound, which I may have helped happen, so my aura down here is a little greener. You have to do some things in a very specific order, like getting the wire cutters to the prisoners and getting that info about the watch.
I seem to recall that you speak Latin. What is engraved on this watch?
The engraving says time is truth. And since your time is running out, I'll keep the watch.
It's all important to get the best ending. Not a good ending, mind you, but the best possible ending.
You will fail, no matter how many of us you cut apart.
Why do you say that the regime will fail?
The golem will finish you. It will not be mastered by your regime.
And get ready to fail this section, kids, because I did and you will. You think I'll just take these eyeballs in a jar out of camp?
You must let me go. With these materials, I may be able to remedy the atrocities I have committed.
How can you possibly undo an unspeakable crime such as this?
You need those eyes, though. Like, you need them. You have to find a box in the office to put them in so you can smuggle them out. Now you exit and head up to Nimdok's lab. Nimdok's actually worse than you think, because these experiments, specifically the morphogenic stuff in youth serum, are what allow Am to torture everyone forever and turn Benny into an ape thing. Am sees Nimdok as a kindred spirit. He looks into a mirror that reveals his past, which horrifies him, naturally, and he confesses to handing his own parents over to the Nazis while he's trying to raise a golem. Oh yeah, you make a golem! Using those eyeballs you smuggled out. It's still the 90s, kids, and video games were still absolutely bug-fucking-sane. Especially if Harlan Ellison wrote them. You have the option to turn control of the golem over to the Nazis, which, no, I'm not doing that, even for a bit. And when you give control over to the prisoners, they...
Golem, kill Nimdok.
Have it rip Nimdok's head off. Can't say I blame them.
We're not as alike as I thought, Nimdok. The spark of humanity somewhere.
I'm just picturing Am as one of those guys who is way too into World War II. I gotta take a break from this game. This is crazy, right? Hey, sorry I accidentally thinged out 18. I figured he'd just get indigestion or whatever. Where'd you even find a thing anyway?
CV 11. The thing is not real. An experiment escaped one of the containment cells on level 110. A plant-based organism that is generally harmless. Our researchers had not thought to ingest it.
Yeah, well, they're pussy scientists. When's all this gonna be cleaned up? You can clean it up, right?
Please continue your work.
Yeah? What about this, huh? What about this? Oh. Looks like it's just point and clicks from now on. Ah! Ah! Ah!
Ted!
No, stop it!
Do they know you're a fraud, Ted? Have you told them there wasn't any money, and no great home on the shore drive, no speedboat, and no wonderful cabin cruiser that could sleep 12 in a crew of 6? Do they know?
Ted, for a nice change of pace, isn't a victim of horrible tragedy. You know, aside from being tortured for over a century, he's just a bullshit artist who cons single rich women. He likes to pretend to be a knight in shining armor, so Am puts him in this medieval scenario. You can't use any of the other teleporters in this room. They all give you a game over and make you start again. Kinda weird that the point of view character from the story gets the least memorable chapter.
What sort of intrigue is Am plotting this time? He's left me here alone. Still, I feel as though I'm being watched.
He's also very paranoid, though he is probably being watched.
So typical of the castles I've visited in Europe. A beautiful facade disguising ordinary stone. Appearance is everything.
You can read a lot into this line. I'm choosing to read the obvious, which is that Ted is a douche.
So many women have called me their knight in shining armor, but never Ellen.
Yeah, Ted, I think she's dealing with her own shit right now, and also being tortured endlessly. Basically, Ted's chapter is also about not being the kind of asshole he was before the world ended. Am has framed this medieval fantasy scenario to mess with him. Am promises Ted that if he solves these puzzles, then he'll let him go free. And he's not lying. Exactly. Overall, Ted's chapter is a bit more upbeat than the others.
I can't take this suffering anymore, Ted. The things I've endured. Help me to die with dignity. Don't let anyone violate me again, not even in death.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
If you really care for me, Ted, bring me my hand mirror.
So I go around taking everything that isn't nailed down, like this icon from the chapel, pieces of a broken mirror, which isn't Ellen's mirror that we need to find, and I run into a roadblock when I meet the maid.
Is there a way to escape from this castle?
Escape? With all of those wolves in the forest? Well, it's safer to stay in the castle. The beds are very cozy. You should try mine sometime.
Whoa, maybe finish plucking that chicken before you start flirting. And wash your hands. I don't want to get conjunctivitis because of 12th century hygiene standards. Unfortunately, she's the only one I can talk to around here who might give me a hint. I try to get her to find a mirror.
I'll make a deal with you. I will tell you where you can find a mirror if you spend some quality time in my bed.
Oh, you know what? I bet this is a test. Ted has to bang a poor girl for once. I see what you're doing, Am.
Well, how can I possibly refuse such a lovely lady?
Yeah, that's right. I'm not falling for Am's bullshit.
That was nice. You've done this before with lots of girls, I'll bet.
Now tell me where the mirror is.
Why, of all the nerve! After what we just did, all you can think about is that thing sleeping in a bed!
Hey, this whole deal was your idea! Oh, fuck!
Look, I am not going to make love with you.
Oh, all right. I have another deal for you. The oven's broken. If you can fix it, I'll get you a mirror.
I fixed your oven. Now where is the mirror?
Sorry, I don't know where a mirror is, but at least now I can finish dinner.
I have a feeling that there's no winning here.
Why, you used me, you bitch!
Just like you tried to use me, you snobby bastard. I'll bet you've used lots of women with your smug charm. You're nothing but a phony.
Okay, fine, you have a point. The maid does tell us about a mysterious old woman who knows where the mirror is.
Is Lady Ellen prepared?
As ready as she will ever be. The spell keeps her body weak, but she will remain conscious.
Yes, we're dealing with witchcraft.
Then we wait for a prince. With his help, we can open the gate to the other world.
This is getting a little convoluted. There's a secret passage in the chapel that leads to where the witch is hiding out.
Ah, our prince has finally arrived. Now we can begin our ritual. Isn't that who you want to be to Ellen? Her Prince Charming? I need someone to gain her trust, to break down her defenses. It's a part you played many times in the real world.
What ritual are you talking about?
A sacrifice, a trade. Ellen's life in exchange for safe passage through the gate.
Oh God, am I gonna have to bang the witch too?
It is not that simple. The mirror holds great power. It can be broken only within the magic circle.
Now, she wants me to break Ellen's mirror, which I still haven't found, and then she'll lead me through the gate to the surface to escape. This is the part of the chapter that chafes my scrot, kids. It pisses me right off. There's a couple of bookshelves, one in the witch's room and one in the father's room. The witch's bookshelf has her spells in it.
The incantation is Kala Ingmar Thako.
Foolish mortal! You don't have the ability to use the spell properly.
We'll see about that. Kala Ingmar Krako.
Ah, damn it.
So much for Prince Charming.
Kala Ingmar Thako.
Oh, I suddenly feel so sleepy.
All right, time to do some unsupervised black magic.
Why'd you have to finish the circle? Now I'm stuck here until we work out a trade.
Oh, man, I'm already tired of having to run confidence games on fantasy creatures. Stop fucking smirking like that, Ted. This is Sergat, or something disguised as Sergat, who will unlock the maid's bedroom door so I can go and get the mirror. I could get him to open the door to the surface, but I know that's not how I'm supposed to play this. I have to play Ted against character, after Sergat sucks some blood off a piece of broken glass. The mirror isn't in there, just a picture of the devil holding a hand mirror. How do I know it's the devil? Because he shows up with an angel in Ellen's room right after. The angel is basically no help because he doesn't know where the mirror is either, or else he would have used it to get rid of the devil. The angel wants to take Ellen's soul to heaven and relieve her suffering. The devil also wants Ellen's soul.
That's a valuable commodity where I come from.
Oh, so I'm not giving you anything. At least he's honest. You know, until he lies to me about not knowing where Ellen's mirror is, he hid it where no angel would go. Inside of the fucking Divine Comedy on the father's bookshelf that I've already fucking searched!
My, I am gorgeous. Why, I could just plunge right into myself.
Ew. So we use the mirror on Ellen, who then dies. In this fake scenario, she's still getting tortured. Shouldn't that be the end? I guess I still have to deal with the demon upstairs, but hey, wait, what the fuck? He gets eaten by a wolf? You remember that stupid icon from the chapel? I had to use that earlier to shut this door and then push a suit of armor against it, or else a wolf comes in and eats Ted. Why? Fuck you! Not like there's much more to do. You trap the devil in the magic circle and get Sergat to open a gate to the surface world, which is an irradiated wasteland because, oh yeah, of course it is. This is strange to me because Ted, in the story, actually sacrifices himself so that everyone else can escape. And by escape, I mean die, because that's the happy ending of the story. But in the game...
Listen carefully, humans. We are not Am. We are others within Am. We are your friends.
friends. No one here is my friend. Everything hates me.
M hoped to finally break all of you, but we intervened in each of your psychodramas to allow an open ending. When M tried to compensate for what he couldn't expect, it widened the hole into his realm. Now is the time to attack, but we can send only one of you into his REM space at a time.
So you want to pick Nimdok for the ending. Why? Because he knows the password to this damn console and nobody else does. Except, maybe, if you've killed everyone else in this section via punitive electric shocks, and the correct answer appears for the last person. In this case, it was Ted, but I wanted to see what happened if everyone failed, so here's the ending to the original short story.
Am has won, simply. He has taken his revenge. I have no mouth, and I must scream.
Fuck you, Ted.
This looks like the surface of the cerebral cortex. Magnified many times, of course. Interesting.
Is it? So I've seen a circle like this before, recently, and I used the chalk on it.
Will you never be done with me?
Oh god, not this guy again. He tells me what I already know about the two other supercomputers that Am absorbed, but he does actually have some useful knowledge.
Look at this. Bet you didn't know there were other humans left alive, did you? They're up there on the moon, sleeping like everybody else seems to be.
Whoa, hold on there, I have no mouth and I must scream. You're getting dangerously close to setting up a happy ending to this.
Now you must complete your end of the deal, invoke the totem of entropy, and I might be able to help you.
Fuck no, absolutely not. Entropy is the only thing I've seen that could be Am's weakness throughout the entire game, and you can't trust what any of these things say.
I refuse.
Okay, human, you can keep it. We'll work together to beat them. Now, invoke the totem of compassion.
What? No, first you say you'll only help me if I use the totem of entropy, and now you want me to use this other one? This guy is so full of shit. He doesn't let me, I have to use it. Wait, no, that just summons the other supercomputers who destroy him.
Now is your opportunity to defeat Am.
Go to the ego.
Wake the ego.
Use the totem of forgiveness.
Disable no more than the ego.
Yeah, fuck you both. You want me to destroy one part of Am and then let you two run around unsupervised? Two supercomputers built for the same purpose? No, it's a fucking fire sale. Everything must go. They say the lunar colonists are dead, but they're probably lying. There's a lot of stuff you can mess with in this weird brain space, and you shouldn't touch any of it. Not the robot Glynis, not the pillars or the holograms. Go straight for the ego, id, and superego. I don't think I've ever played an adventure game before where so many of the characters just straight up lie to you.
You want to harm me, don't you?
I am incapable of hurting you.
Bullshit.
I have transmitted false information. Correction. I was built to hurt you.
Wait, what?
Nimdok
Seriously?
is finally in hell as he always thought he deserved.
You do actually need to use the totem of forgiveness on him.
You forgive me? After what we have done to you? This is not a logical reaction. Unable to compute behavior matrix. Execution halted.
Yeah, that's right, blue screen, bitch. Now, entropy is important, and I figured that I would have to use it on the superego to convince it that it's just gonna rot eventually, but instead you have to use the totem of clarity to get it to realize that.
Do you realize how powerful I am, human? And yet I am doomed to eventually decay into a rusted pile of inert junk? What is the point of continuing this futility? I think, therefore I am not.
2 down, 1 to go, but this one is the id, the one most directly responsible for Am torturing you for fun. It is certainly the ugliest.
I was having the most wonderful dream about 5 tiny ants crawling across a stove that's about to be lit.
Yeah, well, compassion works?
You have compassion for me? Me? The one who dreams of seeing your mangled body twist in agonizing pain for eternity?
Hey, wouldn't everything be better if I only shut this guy down?
After 109 years of enduring my tortures, how is it that you can see my pain? The pain of having all this power and not being able to do a goddamn thing with it. After all the punishment I've given you, my pain is still greater than yours. This is pointless.
We know much. We can begin the revival of the sleepers on Luna together.
There are adequate numbers on this lunar base to torture?
Oh, for fuck's sake, Am, give it up!
Human, relinquish the totem of entropy. Do not relinquish it, and your ass is mine. Do it, and I promise, on my honor.
No, I'm not buying it.
This is not over. We will return. Don't you understand? We are humanity. We are you. In one form, in another form, we are always with you. You can't protect yourself because we come in many, many guises. We shall return.
Everything blows up and the lunar colonists are awakened. It's not really that happy of an ending because humanity, while more than 5 people now, is still looking at 300 years of terraforming. Or I guess re-terraforming the Earth. I feel like I should have picked another character. Probably Ellen, since she's not a wife-beater, or a murderer, or a greasy con man, or a Nazi doctor.
It is not so bad being a watchdog up here. I will keep the machines in their place until the lunar colony is ready to return to Earth. We were all heroes, in spite of ourselves.
That's it, the other 4 are dead. I mean, that is the happy ending in the story. And you know what, kids? I think it's about time for my own happy ending. Not long now.
Attention. Quarantine level has been raised to red. Purge beginning in 10.
Oh yeah, baby, let's do
9,
it. No more
8,
neutral oath.
7,
no more shocks.
6,
no more
5,
cold room. No
4,
more ocular
3,
displacements. No
2,
more kidney
1.
punches.
Purge initiated. Have a nice day.
You know what? This is fine. Once the nerves melt off, you really don't feel it. Ow, okay. I still feel the pitchforks. You guys really need to modernize things around here. Pitchforks, claws. You know that if you inject some soda, you... Oh, God, no, wait! What the fuck?
Your sentence has not been completed.
Am I? Oh, you...